Storm in my pen, yeah, singing my life. Killing me softly with this song, killing me softly with this song, telling my whole life with these words, killing me softly with this song.
Hello. Thank you, De La Haze Band. Thank you. Good evening to you all. This is to warmly welcome you to tonight's event, the end of year review of the status of women in Ghana. I would like to briefly introduce you to our moderator for today, who would be steering the affairs of this evening's event. Ohenere Gifty Auntie, the CEO of GDA Media, is a Ghanaian journalist who doubles as a women's rights advocate. She is a multiple award-winning broadcast journalist and well-respected motivational speaker in Africa and around the world. Ohenere Gifty's journalism career kicked off with a role as a floor manager at GBC. It did not take long before she became a TV presenter who grew to be a gender advocate and a feminist. This was made easy by launching her show, The Standpoint, which is a talk show aired by GTV in which she discusses matters such as social, political, and gender issues. She is also the CEO of GDA Concepts and serves as the ambassador for the campaign against newborn deaths. Ohenere is the founder and president of Girl in Need Foundation and the Awo Danswa Reading Project. Due to her commitment to advocacy works, she has received several awards. The most notable ones include the United Nations MDG 4 and 5 Ambassador Award 2012 and the African Women in Leadership Organizations Excellence Award. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly help me welcome our moderator, Ohenere Gifty Auntie. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. Of all the things that Cynthia has said, the most important one is that tonight I'm your chief servant. I'm here to make sure the program runs smoothly and also we have fun. There's a reason why they brought De La Haze and the team here. So we must dance. It's been a year, especially for women and organizations in this space. Today is a day, yes, that was to invite Madame Patricia Blankson Akapo to welcome us to this beautiful program. Please do it better for her.
Thank you, Ohenere Gifty Auntie. Netright Steering Committee members, our development partners, colleague advocacy next year. The end of year event was instituted by Netright in 2004, so it's 20 years now, to provide space for reflection, learning and sharing of critical national issues during the year and draw out their, and we will all a lot of here that we need to think about. The event also celebrates our heroes, women and girls that made us proud during the year, while remembering women leaders and advocates, activists, feminists that have passed on. Distinguished guests, while this year has been quite challenging, we also have every reason to celebrate the little gains that have been made by the women's movement. So today is not about Netright, it's about the women's movement in Ghana. For the past 25 years of women's mobilizing, Netright continues to grow in strength as the leading national women's rights network in the country and recognized as a credible network beyond the borders of Ghana. 30 years after Beijing and 25 years of Netright's existence, we have witnessed the passage of the Affirmative Action, Gender Equity Act, and of course the election of the first female president for our dear country, Ghana. And the entire membership of the network, the 100 and about 300 country. We are grateful to all our partners. I hope I'll be able to remember all the names. African Women's Development Fund, that's AWDF, Tax Justice Network Africa /NORAD, Open Society Foundation, Global Affairs Canada, Plan International Canada, Ghana, Star Ghana Foundation, FCDO, Crossroads International, Gracia Marshall Trust, Co-Water International, the WE project hosted by the University of Ghana, Hewlett Foundation, Elenia International, Power of Voices project, which is supported by the Dutch government, Global Fund for Women, Global Green Grants, our media partners, and of course, all partners that have supported us over the years. Our special thanks to the Third World Network Africa, that's TWN, who have held our hands since the birth of Netright and provided support to the network for the past 25 years, including hosting Netright since 2002. Please, let's give TWN a hand. We also express our appreciation to the Open Society Foundation, who made it possible for us to meet this year, to reflect on our work, celebrate our gains, and acknowledge our heroes. Distinguished guests, relax and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Oh, please do it better for her. Before I continue, let's do this. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know president, when we for the president. If I get into trouble after here, please come and bail me.
So I'm here. So on behalf of Professor Akosia Darkwa, I'm speaking. Dear Netright members and distinguished guests, I'm so sorry that I can't be with you in person to celebrate the end of another year of work as women's rights organizations. You've already heard, but this year has been hard. as the value of the cedi has depreciated quite significantly. The cost of living has gone up, and more, we have discovered that our take-home pay, if we do get paid, does not quite take us home, so to speak. Do you feel me? You feel me, right? As women primarily responsible for reproductive work, I'm sure each of us have our stories to share about the various measures we have adopted to make ends meet. And the picture, I bet, is not rosy for many of us. But as has been already said, we have had our wins. The Affirmative Action Act is one to acknowledge and celebrate. And if the members of the Affirmative Act Coalition are here, could they please be on their feet? All of you who are there. Because we have to congratulate these very... Oh, where are you? I know you're in here. Please, there's more than Becky. Yes, stand. We have to congratulate these very, very hardworking young women who have led the way. As leaders of the Affirmative Act Coalition, we are most grateful to you. Your response was very weak. I don't like that too. Celebrate them, because they have done wonderfully for us. Thank you. You've already heard it said, and I'm going to say it again. In the last week, we were celebrating as we had the very sweet victory of seeing our very first, but definitely not the last, female vice president being elected on the ticket of the NDC. We will hope to see many more. There will be all-female tickets, and they shall be elected within the next 10 years, I prophesy. Do I hear an amen? Thank you. Now, this year also marks Netright's 25th year of being. And we all are celebrating. Hooray for Netright! We all part of this, so say hooray for us! Hooray. We are a full quarter of a century old, and we have many achievements to celebrate as an organization. So Patricia has said it. We are here to share, but we are also here to let our hair down. You know how we do the 25th. If you don't have your dancing shoe before the evening,
okay, please put your hands together. Oh, why are you hungry? We'll eat later, you can see here. And we have some, as we say right here in Ghana, small chops on your table. The drinks will come around very soon. So please be excited. Let me feel your energy. Let me feel your vibe. Della, where are you? Della Hayes and her team. We are ready. We'll have some music and then we'll continue. The young ones here, please know that before you got to know how to dance, we knew how to dance. So don't try and outshine us. This is subtle bullying, and it's not allowed here. So please feel free to dance, and we will learn from you. And you can also learn some, boogies from us.
Okay, sure.
And as the music goes on, you can go around, take pictures, and post, and do the hashtags. and get the whole place excited. That's my mama coming. Okay. Auntie Amida, please. We are reserving your seat for you. Your blue is bluing. Let me go around and have a chat whilst we wait. Let me make some people. Charlie says, were you actually expecting that we will actually have a vice presidential candidate in our time?
Honestly, it was a difficult one, but I think it's an exciting one also.
Okay, Della.
I thought you said we should stop. Sorry.
No, please go on.
Okay. Come on, ladies, let's go. Let's go.
If you feel your heels are too long, you can remove them, and feel free.
Wana botobio atina wabeya wajo befagete wapino wana botobio atina wabeya wajo befagete Tobio Atina Wabia Wajo Befageti Wabino Wana Batobio Atina Wabia Wajo Befageti Menu Come Wida Emi Pesika I wanna wenya to tell Wajo Befageti Menu Come Wida Ami Jessica, I wanna wait near to Wajo Bevagezi. Eva! Atina Wabia Wajo Bevagezi. Wana Batobio Atina Wabia Wajo Bevagezi. Medu Come Wida Emi Jessica I wanna win that to Wajo Bevagezi. No be fool, the head fool, naive be fool. First fool, no be fool. Second fool, it no be fool. Third fool, naive be fool. Man so me we go see a fly. Say be ya my baby, I know my saint. Magical. Mansumbo we was ya fly. Sebe ya obe frame na na one sainty magical. Way Mansumbo we was ya fly. Sebe ya be frame na no mazinti bedeko. First fool, no be fool.
I'm monitoring.
Second fool, it no be fool. Third fool, naive fool. Hey. First fool, no be fool. Second fool, third fool, naive fool. Hey, everybody, hold your baby closer. We're gonna dance to the disco sound. Sound, sound, my baby, let's dance now. Oh, my love, my baby. Hey, 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 my baby. We're gonna rock to the disco sound. Rock, rock, my baby, let's rock now. Put your hands around my neck, darling. They give me my softly kissing, darling, now. Kiss me, my softly, darling, now. Ah, my mind is changing. Come on, baby, my mind is changing. Hey! Hey, everybody, hold your baby closer. Dance, dance to the disco sound. Sound, sound, my baby, let's dance now. My love, my baby. Hey, hey, hey. Come on now, let's dance. Let's dance to the disco sound, so baby now. Let's rock to the fourth rock. Rock, rock, my baby, let's rock now. Put your arms around my neck, darling. They give me my lovely kissing, darling, now. Kiss me. Ah, my mind is changing. Ah, come on, baby, my legs are shaking. My mind is changing. Come on, my legs are shaking. Woo! Ni hone ji beni mi kabokbe no ji eno se prada ne mi kaboka sande no jami no boy me kajalebi kape pakana shina la chakoni chami yo e wada ni mi kaboye suma ya mo kamle ngoma koni mi jagba mi we ene me fe ka mi jeheda ani miss mabocho maria jole I'll make big plan no best for me. Ya funu, play she. Sola, I mean, your head. I name is my butcher, me your head. I name is my butcher, Maria Jolly. I'll make big plan no best for me. Ya funu, no play she. Sola, can show back me. Maria and I'm in my bar. I'm a big plan of us for me. You're Sola solia que yo va a me. Maria, oh. La chaconi chamillo he wanda ni mi ke boye. So my yama gambling mama koni mi chepe mi he. Ene me fenke mi jeheda. Ani miss Mabocho Maria Jolly. I'll me beka no bas for me. I'm Sola solia que yo va a me. Maria Hena mi mambo. Beka no bas for me. You're funny. Sola solia que yo va a me. Afi enyoni one di beni mi kabokbe. No di ona se prada ni mi kabok pasande. Non shami no boye mi ketelebi kakbe na shina. Acha koni chami yo e wada ni mi kaboye. Sumo ye mo kamling o ma koni ni tekbe mi ye. Ena me fe kami jeheda. Ani miss Mabocho Maria Jolly. Oh me be brand over so me.
Hello. Please, there's a setup of local drinks out there on my left. So please feel free to walk over there to have a drink.
Maria. Oh me be brand over so me. Yafuno me sheshi. Sola solia que yo va a me. Maria. Kaimo beni o money jam. Akabele ni makale mtre mi pekanka. Wonje wongo. Ni wasumo. Demosumo. Washe boy no. Ikela chango ni chami yo e wanda ni mi ke boye. Sumo yo mo gambling o mo koni mi kbe mi me. Ene me fe ke mi jeheda. Ani miss Mabocho Maria Jolly. I'll me beka no bas for me. Yafuno no milishi. Sola solia que yo va a me. Maria Kashimi Maria. Me beka no bas for me. Yafuno milishi. Sola solia que yo va a me. Maria, oh Maria. Chakoni chami yo e wanda ni mi ke boye. Sumo yo mo gambling mama koni mi chepe mi ye. Ene me fe ke mi jeheda. Ani miss Mabocho Maria Jolly. Oh me be proud no bas for me. Yafuno play she. Sola solia que yo va a me. Maria hera mi moba. Me be proud no bas for me. Yafuno she. Sola solia que yo va a me. esta iya my dear mo achole esta neke esta ne ella coloco neke esta ne ella coloco inismole ame fashion ashia inismole ame fashion ashia ni esta kake mi no chimonismo ni humi kake le no e wo mango esta it's been a while. Women all the way. Afiaya, everybody now. Atami yeah, what's in my yo?
exciting to see you, Della Hayes.
Thank you so
You are
much.
simply amazing.
Bless you too. Bless your heart. Thank you.
Evergreen Della Hayes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it better for her. If you haven't danced yet, I'm looking at you with some side-eye, bombastic side-eye. So make sure the next one you dance. But it's time for us to have the review of the status of women in Ghana 2024. Please, those by the drinks, please come and take your seat. Please, and you can go for it later. Thank you very much. Now, the person to do this review for us is someone that most of us know. But just in case you don't know her, and just to refresh your mind of who this phenomenal woman is, Dr. Rosemary Sakutin is the Executive Director of the Accra-based West Africa Regional Office of Abantu for Development, a women's rights organization promoting women's rights and gender justice in policies in Ghana, Africa and beyond. Abantu hosts the Women's Manifesto Coalition, WMC, and the Gender Action on Climate Change for Equality and Sustainability, GACCES, both in Ghana. She serves as the convener of the Network for Women's Rights in Ghana, Netright, in 2005 to 2009, and also provided leadership for the development of the Women's Manifesto for Ghana 2004. A living political but non-partisan document that outlines key issues of concern to women and makes demands for addressing them. And I remember during the 10th anniversary of the, is it even anniversary, of the Women's Manifesto, when we were demanding for it to be implemented, our slogan was, "We want it now. Not later, now." A woman of action. Dr. Mensa Kutin holds a PhD in Gender and Energy Studies from the University of Birmingham, UK. She also holds a master's degree in Development Studies from the Institute of Social Studies, the Netherlands. She attended the University of Ghana, Legon, for her first degree and also holds a graduate diploma in journalism and mass communication from there. She has carried out research and several assignments on energy, water, climate change, oil and gas from a gender justice perspective for international, regional, and national agencies. She received a special award, namely the Martin Luther King Jr. Award for Social Justice and Peace in 2008, and since then she's been honored in many countries and organizations and in this country. Please, let's put our hands together and let's pay attention even as she tells us what she has for us and strategize for the year 2025. Dr. Rose Kuti, Pacho Wonsempa.
Thank you so much, Nana Yiri. Is that it? Yeah. No, I want to do it properly. And also thank all of you for coming, because you know that for us women, when it's January 1st, we work till it's December 31st. So if we have a space like this where we can let our head down, then it means that at least we have a respite for the year. I want to take this opportunity to thank Netright, especially Patricia Capo, for the leadership she has shown and for also availing me of this opportunity to talk about what 2024 has meant for us as women. My presentation is very long, but I'll skip some portions because there will be a copy of the report with Netright and then the full PowerPoint presentation will also be with them, because I know that we want to eat and dance because we know it all the issues that we are going to raise and talk about, we know it all because we experience it every day. I also want to acknowledge two young women. One is Becky Ahazji, who is the program officer for the Affirmative Action Coalition, and also Amma Mrekua Entry, who works with Abantu. These are the two women who helped me to do the desk research to put this presentation together. And I want to acknowledge them because without them, maybe I would have done something that would not have been so presentable. So thank you, Becky and Amma, for all the work you did for me. So I'm supposed to be talking about the end of year in relation to the status of women in Ghana this year. In fact, it's been a long time since I came to one of the end of year reviews. So I had even lost touch with how it is done. But I said, well, I will do my best. So basically, I have a little outline. I have an introduction. I have a second session where I talk about international Africa and national issues in 2024, because usually, as far as I know, we look at things from the low level to the national level, the community level to the national, to Africa regional, and then to the international, and then back again. So the year, what happens at the international level has implications for us wherever we might find ourselves as women's rights activists. So then the third session will be on the state of gender equality around the world. And then the fourth session, which is very important for us as Ghanaians, is the issue of governance, elections, and women's leadership. Then we have a session we call Gender Discourse in the Media, and I think Becky and Amma did a wonderful job regarding that session. And then we focus on some of the critical events that have happened in the public space, especially in relation to women's rights and gender equality this year. The seventh session celebrates women's contributions, and then we try to speak about a few women that we know that have passed and whose memory we would want to remember. And then we have some concluding remarks. Actually, I'm going to disappoint you, Patricia, because I don't have recommendations. Okay. I think what we know in the world today is that everybody has bought into the notion of the realization of gender equality. And we all want to make sure, according to the different agreements and conventions that we have signed on to, that by the year 2030, we should have realized gender equality. Is this possible? That is the question. I think it could be possible if there was commitment at the various levels. But we know that in 2024, there have been many global crises. And so it tells us that the job is not done and that we need to muster more courage and double our advocacy work
in order to realize the objectives of gender equality. We look at the world economy, the political systems, environmental issues, social systems, and embedded in all of these are the inequalities and the exclusions, which we know as women that we are disproportionately affected, especially in situations of armed conflict, when there's a pandemic, issues of climate change, economic crises. This year, 2024, there is no country in the world that can claim that they have realized gender equality, even if we are just looking at figures. 1 in 3 countries have made no progress since 2015, with the situation of women deteriorating in 18 countries, including Venezuela, Afghanistan, and South Africa. And so the UN has said that if current rate of progress is used as a baseline, it will take another 131 years to achieve gender equality worldwide. Clearly, none of us will be alive then. And it is therefore against this background that I feel that we, as the Network for Women's Rights in Ghana, have carved a niche for ourselves, and where we find ourselves very relevant, especially regarding this program, where every year we try to draw a sense of the situation of women in Ghana and at all levels, so that we can learn some lessons and move forward. And so this work or this report is supposed to help us to strengthen our understanding and see how the various inequalities we experience can be addressed using different forms of organizing and advocacy. At the international level, I think the key dynamic, and I think somebody said it, I think that was Patricia, when she was giving the welcome remarks, about how the issue of economic crisis has kind of shaped every experience we have had in 2024. And I think that as Ghanaians, we are very, very clear about this, that it has not been easy in Ghanaian parlance. It has not been easy. You go to the market and you come back home and your basket is half full. And this is mainly because we claim to be in an international economic system whereby we are supposed to be all equal, but we know that we are not all equal, because embedded in the notion of we are all together, we are all one. It's a global society, it's a global view to before. To go change. It's not that we are doing anything wrong, it's all because we have lived on this planet and have not managed it well, and so the climate change is manifesting itself. There is also the issue of the oceans, which is rising in a way that has not been before 10 years ago. And then we have extreme weather and climate events that lead to major economic and human losses. In Africa, I think that we believe that democracy is good for us, because we believe in the principle that citizens should have the freedom to elect a government that will pursue policies that looks at the interests and concerns of the citizens. But because of the scenarios that I have alluded to in many parts of Africa, our governments do not care so much about us as citizens, because their interest is to align themselves with the global economy thereby making our sovereignty as citizens to become a secondary issue. And I think that were we to be given a chance, we could cite so many examples from our own experiences. Now, because of this background, you find that so many sad things are happening in our part of the world. In Somalia, for example, a woman died this month after her husband allegedly set her on fire. In Cameroon, a powerful businessman was arrested in January on accusations which he has denied of brutalizing dozens of women. When we take the area of maternal health and family planning, so many things are happening, and we have a deficit when it comes to maternal mortality ratios, contraceptive prevalence, adolescent sexual rights and health. And then we have a reproductive health policy now that has attempted to look at the gender aspects of sexual rights and health. However, we have a lot of gaps because our experiences are also mediated by cultural and traditional practices, which then works against whatever policies that we put in place. Gender-based violence, we are saying, the reports that I consulted are saying that nearly 28% of women aged 15 and 49 have experienced some form of physical or sexual violence. I think this echoes findings that Mrs. Dokasko Kapia and her outfit did several years ago, which reported that 1 out of every 3 women had experienced some form of violence. Access to health services, a big issue. And then I'm saying that foreign capital and investments is what we tend to prioritize, but then the negative consequences are on the domestic economy, livelihoods, the survival of women, men, the youth, and children. Now, another issue that we have to be aware of is how we have sold off many of our public assets, such as the utilities, water, gas, electricity, public housing, and also outsourcing services within the public sectors, such as health, education, public administration, even. So all of this has implications for work. That is job creation, having access to work, being unemployed. Everybody is looking for work in Ghana. And I think it is because of the kinds of policies that we are in. And then for us, the women, because of the way work has been redefined to be able to even work at home and so on, we find ourselves being relegated back from the public space into the household and into the care economy, because it makes it easy for private capital to maximize its profits and so on. So whereas we may be happy that there are a range of jobs that allows us to work in a flexible manner, within that is also the sense that we are being taken back to do the traditional roles within the workspace. It is against this background that I want to talk about some things that are happening in this year, that is 2024, regarding gender equality. I think it has been 100 years since the first International Women's Day was held, and almost 30 years since the 4th World Conference on Women in Beijing. Indeed, we are all preparing feverishly to go to New York to celebrate 30 years of Beijing. And so that is a major landmark that is enabling different countries around the world to prepare to celebrate it. And while we are preparing, we notice that significant gaps exist in spite of the work that has been done, and that true equality continues to be a major challenge. Looking at governance, elections, and women's leadership in 2024, the National Democratic Institute does maintain a calendar of elections around the world. And UNDP has described 2024 as a super year for elections. And within that, it says that 3.7 billion voters in 72 countries, which is almost half of the world's population, are voting in national elections this year alone. Indeed, other organizations have referred to 2024 as the year of elections, while the international idea has also referred to it as the global election super cycle. So clearly, so many elections have taken place this year, which points to the very importance of governance, elections, and also the issues of women's leadership. Countries that have voted this year include Bangladesh, Brazil, India, Indonesia, Mexico, Pakistan, Russia, and the US. The European Union also held elections for its parliament in June 2024. Many of the elections this year have also been disputed and have not passed the free and fair criteria. Some of the key themes emerging from the various elections include cost of living concerns, the green transition challenges, issues of ideology, the death and election spending. I think there's been a lot of that in Ghana, where we are still concerned about the extent of money that is used during elections, issues of defense and security, and also the very fragile nature of democracy. Now, the point we need to note is that even though a number of countries have made important strides this year on elections, women's political participation nowhere in the world has gender equality been treated as a mainstream issue. And I'm saying this to say that even though there have been some gains in terms of women's participation and representation, no country has identified gender equality during election time as the mainstream issue. And I think this is very important for us to note when it comes to our advocacy work. As it is in the rest of the world, Africa has been very busy this year with elections. We have 19 countries that have gone through presidential or general elections, and the elections run the range from competitive multi-party elections to routine election exercises. In fact, there is a table that I produced out of the global list to show the types of elections various countries in Africa have gone through this year. And 2/3 of all elections in Africa have happened in this last quarter of 2024. So we have South Africa. Very interesting stories to tell about elections, where you find governments that have been in power, like say for 34 years, being pushed out and new people coming in and all of that. And then the Sahelian countries also, who they had faced some coup d'etat and so on. So they also went through elections because citizens had forced them to move the country back to civilian rule and all of that. So they have not been uniform, depending on the character of the country and so on. Particular forms of campaigns of elections have taken place. Now we should know, we all know indeed, that elections are important because they help us to assess our institutions as a country, our commitment to the rule of law, gender equality, social inclusion, and policy priorities. Now, a number of studies have shown that Africans actually love democracy and that we also hate the one-party rule. And so we are committed as a people, as Africans, to ensuring that our voices as citizens are within the policy space. And that is why when it is elections, there is so much, what's the word to use? Is it excitement or a lot of going and coming and so on? Yes. We know about other countries in the West Africa region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, which are now run by military juntas and have written formally to withdraw for ECOWAS. Now, I'm referring to all of these things because they are all sites for advocacy. They are also sites for research. And so, as women's rights organizers, and also when we are in school and all of that, these are areas where we can conduct more research, looking at those issues from a gender perspective. With specific reference to Ghana, and I think my colleagues have talked about this year's elections, which was just held, and how presidential and parliamentary elections were held to elect a president and then elect 276 members of parliament. Now, the National Democratic Congress candidate, that is President-elect John Dramani Mahama, won a majority in the first round only with 56.55% of the votes cast. Indeed, it was a landslide victory. And I think that the opposition is still wondering. The party that is now going into opposition is still wondering, how did it happen? But I think that just like football, there is only one winner. And we are happy that Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia came out very quickly with when he won 41.61% to concede. I think that is statesmanship. And so we are sitting here, we are celebrating because we are not afraid that there will be disturbances after the elections. We don't know what will happen yet, but at least we think that we are happy that we've gone to vote. The voting has been declared and the Electoral Commissioner has done her job. There were 2 women on the 14 candidates on the presidential ballot paper list. However, unfortunately, Ekwe Adonko of the Ghana Freedom Party passed on October 28, 2024. May her soul rest in peace. The other woman was the CPP presidential candidate, Nana Akosua Frempoma Kumankuma. And I think that we are all excited that Professor Nana Opokwajima of the NDC, by the victory of President-elect John Dramani Mahama, has made history by going to become the first woman vice president. Interestingly, you remember we have 275 constituencies, but now an addition one has been added, and it's the Guan constituency. It was created in 2020 by the Electoral Commission, and it was dubbed the Virgin constituency because it didn't have a member of parliament. And for the first time, they have had a chance to vote in 2024 with the NDC candidate Fred Kwesi Agbenyo as the winner. I think it is very important because these are very minority groups, and for them to work hard and advocate for them to be noticed in their area of livelihood is very, very important. And the fact that they succeeded in voting this year, they had to do a lot of work to get their registration through. Now, gender discourse in the media, I think that is a big issue these days because we have the experience of online gender-based violence, and it is becoming very prevalent at the international level, Africa regional level, and Ghana specifically. There have been, during this electioneering period, there have been a lot of attacks on female politicians, and the attacks have been a mixture of hate speech, information manipulation, harassment, cyberbullying, condescension, all kinds of things that seek to demean women as female candidates. And beside being gendered, the perpetrators of online gender-based violence are generally political opponents or anti-male-female equality persons. And so this is a very terrible thing that has happened to female politicians. And when this happened, they try to remove themselves from the digital space. Some try to retaliate, some try to delete and block, and some also try to report through public education as well. And so this is a very big area of work, and I'm happy to say that the head of School of Communication Studies, Abna, I've forgotten. What? She's called Abna. Okay, the School of Communication. They've done a very good piece of baseline study, which actually brings out some of the critical issues in this area. And I think that those of us who are journalists should take an interest in this aspect of our work so that we can get much more specific information about the character of this online bullying, so that going forward we can advocate around that. Events on women's rights and gender equality. Of course, we went to CSW to celebrate International Women's Day and also to chart a course towards improving our work on gender equality. That was in March, and I think Patricia was there. Then the 30th anniversary of the Conference on Population and Development was also celebrated from April and May. France has also become one of the countries that has launched feminist diplomacy policy defining France's gender equality objectives. So these days, if you go to meetings by development partners and you hear a lot of things being said by France, it is in fulfillment of its definition of diplomacy and foreign policy as feminist. 16 days of activism started November 25th and ended December 10th, but it is still an ongoing activist work that we are involved in. At the international front again, Biden in July launched a very interesting initiative known as the Women Leading Effective and Accountable Democracy in the Digital Age. That is Women Lead. However, his party did not win, and Kamala Harris was not elected. And so I'm wondering how this landmark initiative will take off. But at least I felt that that was something worth mentioning. celebration of the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights also took place this year. Africa Union celebrated its 20th anniversary of the adoption of the protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the Rights of Women in Africa, what we all refer to as the Maputo Protocol. So 20 years in 2024. Then we have the African Continental Free Trade Area Protocol on Women and Youth in Trade being adopted in February 2024. The Network for Women's Rights, I'm talking about Ghana now, organized a young feminist forum and also led young women to manage to develop a core of young women who are committed to sustaining the women's movement because they believe that it is important to step into the shoes of the older generation in various forms so that the movement can be sustained. I think the landmark passage of the Affirmative Action Act on 30th July was the icing on the cake this year. And we know that it has happened after more than a decade with so many women's organizations in Ghana engaging on the issues with support from development partners. As we all know, this act is going to serve as a legal and accountability framework for progressively addressing women's rights and gender equality. And I think that it is because our organizations, Netright, the other coalitions and networks are able to work together in ways that support each other. Of course, there are differences, but we are not seeing anybody being at the other person's throat. And so when it came to the crunch, everybody worked together. And especially the formation of the Affirmative Action Coalition has helped. But getting the act through is one thing. But living the reality of the contents of the act is the challenge, and is the challenge in terms of moving forward. And I think that for us as women's rights organizations, these are the issues we should put forward squarely for the new government as it is coming into power. And as we are all excited about the vice presidential elect being a woman, these are the issues that we should put on the table. Now, celebrating women's contributions and honoring the memory of those we have lost. Let's start with the happy things first. In 2024, the BBC produced a list of 100 women that it describes as inspiring and influential, its own criteria. Among them were the astronaut Sunita Williams, rape survivor Giselle Pellicott, actress Sharon Stone, Olympic athletes Rebecca Andrade and Alison Felix and singer Ray. Nobel Peace Prize laureate Nadia Murad, visual artist Emin, climate campaigner Adenike Oladosu, and writer Christina Rivera Garza. In Africa, of the 12 women who became beneficiaries of the International Women of Courage Award in 2024, we have 3 as coming from Africa. There was somebody from Gambia, a lady who is a survivor of FGM. We have Rabah El Hema from Morocco, who fought for the recognition of a traditional marriage to ensure that her child is documented, and Agatha Atuhari, a renowned journalist, lawyer, and social justice activist from Uganda. In Ghana, history was made when the Ghana Bar Association elected the first female president in the person of Ifuagate Esquire. Hey. And her vice president is also a woman in the person of Victoria Bath. And so we have managed to get the first ever women-led administration for the Ghana Bar Association. Mrs. Dorcas Kokapia was honored as a recipient of the Head of State Award for the category of Legacy and Guardian. Like any year, 2024 has been filled with highs but also heartbreaking lows. This session therefore concentrates on honoring the memory of those who passed in 2024. As we sit here, I know that many of us have lost a loved one of some sort, and we commiserate with you, and we want to say to you that whatever you lost, remember that they are in a better place somewhere. Amen. So at the international level, Heba Suhab H. Arif was found murdered in her home in the city of Bazaar. She was a member of the Syrian Women's Network. Nikki Giovanni, who hails from the US and a strong voice of black liberation in the 1960s, died on December 9th at the age of 81. May she rest in power. Then we have Bernice Johnson Reagan, a singer and a US civil rights activist who died in July 2024. In Ghana, I've already mentioned Madam Ekwia Donko, a female presidential elections, and may she rest in peace. You know, when we were doing the Women's Manifesto, she used to attend meetings in this place. At the time, this place was called the Chalets. Now it's Yiri Lodge. And she used to come, and she would always, at that time, she was a member of her district assembly. And she would come with a young woman and say that the young woman was her secretary. And then people will ask, so how are you going to? Say, but I have a secretary. And that all I need to do is to tell my secretary what I want to do, and she will handle it. We all have our weaknesses, we all have our limitations, but I think that she was a courageous woman.
Yes, she was.
In conclusion, I think this report is telling us that we continue to face many challenges. Women are still organizing nonetheless and advocating for enhanced gender equality outcomes. There are many cases where women and girls have suffered many levels of want and need, but we need to use the lessons of courage and leadership that others have exhibited, and we also continue to exhibit in our own space, in spite of societal pressure, cultural influence, and different ways of putting us in our place. But we fight on because we need a better world for the generations to come. Again, we get from the report that through the years, the system of patriarchy, male domination, and discriminatory practices, they persist. I think the figures speak for themselves. And the examples show that we need to do more to address the plight of women. We need to engage with policymakers, our governments, those who are in parliament, so that our economy and those of us who are in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics are actually in the mainstream. Because the interesting thing is that you can even go into the sciences, but when it comes to the workplace and the job environment, women are squeezed into areas that is feminized. And these are things that we should work around in a consistent way. I think we are saying that women have courage, we have endurance, we sacrifice. Honesty is also important. Of course, we are not always honest, which is okay. Determination and hard work. And I am hoping that this report can open up opportunities. We can be honest at all times. I don't know whether there is anybody here who is always honest. Yeah. For engaging on policies, inspiring boys, inspiring girls to realize their potential and make great strides in development, the way some of the women who we have spoken about have been able to do. So I wish to thank you, and please enjoy yourself after my long talk. Thank you.
One thing is that you are never boring. Never boring. In fact, those of us here were still, we don't gossip, we were evangelizing. We were evangelizing that women don't gossip, they evangelists. Yeah. Hey, they are, how does she say? Evangelists. Mm-hmm. We were saying you left the Namibian president, and then I think there's a Ghanaian woman who is also being promoted, Commonwealth. Yes, Shelley Ayokobotre, Honorable Shelley Ayokobotre. All those were there. So you see, it's because of you that she left her. But we have a lot to be happy about. Please, let's put your hands together for her. Thank you very much, Auntie Rose, as we affectionately call you. Very detailed, very exciting, very reassuring and empowering, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, those of us who felt that, Charlie, I think we've done it for a long time. We don't see much. And you begin to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is there anybody here who's gone through that phase where you ask yourself, is it worth it? Must I continue or I should give up? Now this tells us that we are making strides, no matter how small. Thank you, Doc. Onyamisha. As my late mother used to say, Nyami insumun tonshiremu. Na enfore ohonyina. Nebin kanwe busiafo. Keep empowering us, keep leading, and keep cheering us on. Thank you so much. I love those on my right. And those on my left are very jealous. We can go for food now. No, so we should wait small. Okay, so you see, it's because of you people. They say that, okay, I won't say it. My sources are sacred, so I won't say it. We'll have some music, and then we'll go straight into the launching of the 25th anniversary. After that, then we can go and chop, have fun, and then decide to do what we want to do. Tell, are you ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Are you ready? Are you ready? You are ready. You are ready. You are ready. I dey feel you, Charlie. Charlie. Oh, the vibe day here, vibe day here, vibe day here, vibe day here, vibe day. Everybody, back to me ring actually. Thank you so much. Thank you. Power, shashy, yeah. Oh, my to me. what we call woman power. Oh, those of you here, are you jealous? Should I come here? Should I come here? Danre na kafa bayo. Danre na kafa bayo. Ni na kafa bayo. Danu na kafa bayo. Ije. Say. Gen Z, we too Gen X, we dey. Say. Della, please take it up.
Yakofa bayo.
Odwa ni jere.
Yeah, yakofa bayo.
you. Please put your hands together for her.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, would you clap for her? The next time I ask you to clap for her, I will deduct 1 grain of rice from your meal.
Meji.
Thank you. Mejo bia grain, 1 grain of rice. It's time for us to launch the 25th anniversary, the Silver Jubilee, and I call on Dr. Dorcas Kukapia, Dr. Rose Kuti, Madame Pauline van der Parling, okay, and of course Auntie Pat, and then members of the steering committee who are here to join in launching. These my chicks, They said if the others are not here, they can represent. Please, we have members. Yeah. Yes, and we call on the development partners to also join us, please. From British High Commission, Rep of the Third World, Dr. Yao Graham. Is Dr. Yao Graham here? Yes. Where is he? I didn't see him. Is he? Doctor, you see, your dog doesn't change. Let me say this. Dr. Yao Graham is the one who made me understand what feminism is all about. He came on my show in 2008 and I said, I'm a gender advocate. I'm not a feminist. He said, young woman, how do you understand feminism? And he schooled me properly. And I haven't stopped talking about it. Good to see you, Doc.
So thank you very much, Yiri, our able MC for this evening. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Patricia said in her opening statement, this is 25 years of the existence of Netright. And I think that I'd like to go back a little to why we are here today. And this started when the Third World Network commissioned a study on the status of national machineries in 5 or 6 countries across Africa, including Ghana. And during the presentation of the Ghana report by the study, those who conducted the study, which included Georgie, Chikata, Rose, and a couple of other people who are not here. One of the things that came out from the study was that the national machineries were not engaging as they should with NGOs or women's rights organizations. And at a time in Ghana, it was the national machinery was the National Council on Women and Development. So, as part of this discussion, what we then said was, what can we do to ensure that we can coordinate, we can engage them as we should? And so we said, okay, in that case, let's come together as a group. I think at that meeting there were just about 20 or even less of us there. But, we said we think that it's important for us to come together and set up a platform that we can use to engage the national machinery, which is the NCWD. And that is how it started. And as she said, TWN has been a strong support for Netright these past 25 years. And I think that if we're here, it is because of TWN and Dr. Yao Graham. So, Yao, thank you very much for your support. We know, I mean, yesterday or the day before we were talking about, the space at the Secretariat, which now we find that is not enough, and you have already promised that you're going to do something about it. So, so thank you very much. But I think that we are not, the celebration is not only today. We are looking at a whole year's celebration because there's so much that we need to let people know about the organization and its members. So we're going to have a full year's celebration, and when we sit down, Cynthia is going to outline the activities that we have planned for the whole of 2025. And so, without much ado, we have hereby launched the 25th anniversary celebrations. So thank you very much.
Hip, 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 hip! Hip, 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 hip! Hip, 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 hip! Oh, why? I'm in London. Netright, or say yay! Netright, or say yay! Netright, oh yeah! Netright, oh say to our founders, to our mothers, to our pace setters, and to those who continue to lead us to achieve greater things, not just for womanhood, for indeed Ghana and beyond. Cynthia, over to you.
Thank you, Auntie Gift Team. So for our 25th anniversary, it's going to be based on the theme 25 years of advancing women's rights, celebrating Netright's legacy in Ghana. And coincidentally, in 2025, the global community will mark the 30th anniversary of the 4th World Conference on Women, and then the adoption of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. And Auntie Rose mentioned that in her presentation. And Netright, which works on producing the parallel reports, will continue working on that intensively. One of the key things that we'd also be doing is we would use blog posts to develop a series on Netright's journey. We would also compile interviews or short videos with some of our beneficiaries that we have engaged over the years to share their experiences with Netright, and we'll be sharing that widely as well. We'll be having animations, we'll be having media engagement. So one of the key things that we are looking at doing is to have a media soiree, just a night with media persons. One other key thing that we'll be having also is to have a homecoming where we would have our members, our development partners, and key people that we engage visiting our offices to learn about the work that we do. We'd also be celebrating our sheroes in the year. One other thing is to also have a partners day where we would be engaging our partners specifically to appreciate them for their support in the work that we do. We would also have a Founders Day celebration to celebrate our founders. And then in the year, we would have awards. The awards would have different categories. We would be celebrating outstanding women's rights organizations in the year, trailblazers in disability inclusion, a youth empowerment champion, advocacy, innovative advocacy, so organizations that embrace innovation in their advocacy, and then community impact. And then in the year, we would also crown the celebration with the end of year review in 2025. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Now that sounds exciting. Really? I tell you, that is asking, do we have money for this? We will find money. We will. Aren't we women? Yeah, women. We always know how to. Backed by Dr. Graham. Right, so we've got into the point where we'll have the presentation of awards, right? Hello? So we are going to have presentation of awards, and then there will be an open forum. Pauline, should I come to you first?
Yeah, we are waiting for you.
Where are the awards? We can start radio and then okay. So I can start. NORSAC, Netright commends you. As a community-based engagement, human rights and policy influencing organization, NORSAC has worked tirelessly over the years to become one of the leading organizations promoting social transformation in Ghana and beyond. The Network for Women's Rights in Ghana, Netright, appreciates your work around sexual and reproductive health and rights, gender and inclusion, economic empowerment, and human-based social protection. Your dedication towards promoting an improved quality of life for women, youth, and marginalized groups is phenomenal. You have demonstrated that change can happen when we know how to harness the possibilities and power that we all have in a democratic and progressive direction in creating a collective embodied in social justice. Netright recognizes your commitment towards promoting the advancement of women, girls, and youth. Your novel intervention on meaningful youth inclusion and engagements, such as the Youth Initiative Small Grants, YISG scheme, has led to capacity enhancement and support for youth-led ideas. You have continuously supported local organizations to strengthen their systems to enhance their sustainability. Netright believes that organizations like yours represent a critical resource for progressive movement building for change. Netright salutes your efforts to bring about change by enhancing women's knowledge base and impacting positively on their lives. We recognize the important contributions your organization is making to promote women's economic empowerment, increase their opportunities, and improve the living conditions for women and their families in northern Ghana. Netright appreciates your dedication, resolve, and sacrifice combined with years of service and unwavering passion to the cause of promoting women's rights and gender equality in Ghana and beyond. Netright is proud to honor you for your commitment to the promotion of women's rights and gender equality. May we invite the NORSAC representative. Netright's award for outstanding contributions to the advancement of women in Ghana for the year 2024 is proudly presented to NORSAC. A warm round of applause, if you please.
The Young Urban Women's Movement, Netright commends you. You have grown from an initiative by Action Aid Ghana to a strong movement of young urban women working to address issues such as sexual and reproductive health rights, economic empowerment, and gender equality. You offer platforms for young women to express their concerns, learn and develop skills to tackle urban challenges. Through advocacy, capacity building, and community engagement, you are creating supportive environment for young women to thrive and contribute to their communities. Using a human rights-centered approach to development, your movement has committed to building the active agency of young women living in poverty and vulnerable situations. This has laid the foundation for addressing young women's access to decent work and sexual and reproductive services through empowerment, campaigning, and solidarity. Netright salutes your efforts to bring about change by enhancing young women's knowledge base and impacting positively on their lives. We recognize the important contributions the movement is making to promote decent work for young women and facilitating entry points that will open opportunities for self-empowerment. Netright appreciates your dedication, resolve, and sacrifice combined with years of service and unwavering passion to the cause of promoting women's rights and gender equality in Ghana. Netright is proud to honor you for your commitment to the promotion of young women's rights. Netright's award for outstanding contributions to the advancement of young women in Ghana for the year 2024 is proudly presented to Young Urban Women's Movement. Hooray! Is there a representative? Somebody can come from Abantu to collect it.
Okay, Abantu. Any young woman here should come. It's for young women.
Yeah, I'm already here. Please use microphone.
There's a microphone there.
Anyashi. Our next award is to Global Action for Women Empowerment, GLOA, which is based in the Volta region. As a women's rights organically positioned itself, working with both rights holders and duty bearers to facilitate social change. Through mobilization and the use of appropriate behavioral change and popular participation approaches, GLOA empowers women and girls, persons with disabilities, youth, and hard-to-reach communities to participate actively in local governance processes in their localities and demand quality public services and equitable resource distribution. You have facilitated safe and inclusive spaces where women and girls can achieve their full potential and contribute meaningfully to their communities and societies. You have empowered women and girls and other vulnerable groups through information and knowledge transfer to enable them to take informed decisions and actions that improve their lives. Your work on health, especially reproductive and mental health of women and children, has contributed to reducing maternal and neonatal mortality rates in rural and peri-urban communities in Ghana. Through your economic empowerment work in the communities, women have become self-reliant and contributing to food security and reduced hunger in their homes. GLOBA has promoted girl-child education to break the illiteracy and poverty cycle of women for relevant social capital. Netright appreciates GLOBA's recognition of the importance of facilitating safe space for women's self-empowerment to influence policies and decision-making processes in their communities. Netright appreciates your dedication, resolve, and sacrifice combined with years of service and unwavering passion to the cause of promoting women's rights and gender equality in Ghana. Netright is proud to honor you for your commitment to the promotion of women's rights and gender equality. Netright's award for outstanding contributions to the advancement of women in Ghana for the year 2024 is proudly presented to GLOA.
I really like the way you are you are tapping into it by association, by hook or crook, by fire, whether they like it or yes. So I echo to all the recipients of the prestigious award. Well deserved, Aiko. I'd like to acknowledge our development partners. That's Laureen, who is the Canadian Coal Water International. From Canadian Coldwater. Is it Coldwater? Yes. Yes, good to see you. Dr. Efua Ansre, UN Women. Former Netright Global Officer. You see, the Netright, they want to claim. Okay. That's all. We have to claim it. Madame Rose Boabeng from AWDF. Auntie Rose, always good to see you. Samima Bhatia from FCDO, British High Commission Office. Yes. Okay. We have Hajiera Mina Lasse from Canadian Crossroads International. And then Madam Eunice Agbenyeji. Is that correct? Good. Okay. Star Ghana Foundation. We also like to acknowledge Madam Mary Awelana Ada, Ghana Integrity Initiative. Correct me, the pronunciation. Awelana. We also have Madam Beauty Emefa Nate, Executive Director, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition. And of course, everybody's Auntie Hamida Harrison. Okay, she says I should just say Women's Manifesto, but I will say convener Women's Manifesto Coalition. We also have Doz here, reps of Dozy. Okay, can we see you by hand?
The Dozy ladies, please, can you see you by hand?
Are they here? Oh, okay. Dozy is Daughters of Zion. I bet you they are not part of it, but they put themselves in. Good to see you. Professor Abna Odro from University of Ghana. Prof, good to see you. And then the regions are also here. We acknowledge all of you and every single person here, both young and old. The squad. Yes, we acknowledge you. The future of the movement is very exciting. All right, so we are going to have an open forum, but it's time for us to go for food. We'll go table by table. Okay, so you have numbers on your tables. We'll start with the table on my right, first table, that's table 1 for the development partners, and then the high table. Then we move to the steering committee table, and so 3 tables, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll come back and call another 3 tables. That's enough food. Everybody will get some to eat. In the meantime, any questions, contributions? We are ready for you. The squad. Any question or contribution? What? It's an open forum. So numbers 1, 2, 3. The table. I hear the numbers on the table. 1, 2, 3. Please go for your food. In the meantime, can we have some music? Since there isn't any question. Yes, sir. You have a question? Okay. There's one question here, so please hold on.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying myself very much. Yes, I didn't come to play. Thank you for the opportunity. I would like to know if the presentation could be forwarded to us since we registered online.
Auntie Pat, yes, it will be forwarded to you. Okay. It will be forwarded to us. Us.
Yeah. Please.
Please make sure you visit the stands. There's an exhibition going on. Yes, please do. We'll definitely come around. We haven't forgotten about you at all. We will come. I have suffered. Any more questions, contributions, suggestions? What does it take to be a member? Just pay 1 million cedis to me, and then I'll take you. Just kidding. Hold on.
So what does it take to be a member? The first thing is if you believe in women's rights and gender equality. It's core. Yeah. So if you believe in women's rights and gender equality, you don't believe in women's rights where you say someone has been abused because of the dress they are wearing. If that's your conception, then please don't come to Netright. So you apply and you send the application to info@netrightghana.org. You can either be an organization or an individual. So you tell us, if you are an organization, you give us a brief background of the organization, what you do, and why you want to join Netright, what you are bringing on board. If you are an individual, you also tell us about yourself and why you want to join. But you also have to add 2 referees that know your work or know you. They can either be members of Netright or non-members, but they know your work. Then you send the application, would do a follow-up with your referees, and then send you a membership link, membership registration link. You register, we have dues. Organizations pay 250 cedis per year. Yesterday we were at our AGM and there was a proposal that we should increase the 250, but the AGM did not agree on that. So it's still 250. If you are a community-based organization, you pay 150 cedis a year per year. Then if you are an individual, you pay 100 cedis. You can decide to pay 5 cedis every month so that at the end of the year, you've paid whichever amount you have to pay. If you are a student or unemployed, you pay 60 cedis. So you see, our dues is not much. 250 for organizations, 150 for community-based organizations, 100 cedis for individuals, and 60 cedis for students and unemployed. So it's a national-led women's rights organization. So all members are Ghanaians. And institutions too are nationally based. So the international organizations cannot be members. But if you work with an international organization, you can be a member of Netright. If you are not a Ghanaian but you believe in gender equality, you can be an associate member of Netright. This is for Ghanaians, and we want it to be solely Ghanaians. So this is how you can join Netright. But if you have participated in most of our programs, we can waive some thing for you. Not the dues, but maybe the process of sending an application and all that. Because we know you, we can take that off and send you a registration link. But when you send the registration link, you can't send it to someone, because we need to know the members that are joining are really committed to women's rights. Thank you.
Don't worry.
Please, thank you. I would definitely want to join. But what do I stand to gain? Apart from learning from the vast knowledge and all the empowerment thing. Thank you.
Well, first of all, even the knowledge that you gain is a plus. You get to, Auntie Pat, allow me to, can I go on? You get to participate in workshops, seminars. You get to know about opportunities that come for gender-based organizations and people in that space. You know, funny thing is, I mean, most of people know what I do. And for a long time, I had members of Netright on my show. I've had members from other women's rights organizations on my show. And then I realized that when they are doing programs, they don't invite me. I don't get involved. So one of my friends, in fact, she's my daughter, Bashira too. I said, Bash, why? Netright? He said, but mommy, are you a member of Netright? And I said, but I'm already. He said, no, it doesn't work like that. You need to register, go through the process, pay the dues. And I did, though everybody knows me in this space, I also and registered. And I must say that I have no regrets. I'm learning a lot. I'm getting closer to other people who I can reach out to. I already had access to Auntie Dorcas, Auntie Rose, and so many of the Auntie Hamida. I've worked with AWDF, they support Star Ghana. But then there is something uniquely different about being a member, knowing that you belong to a group. There is sisterhood and there's support. You listen to and so what? Thank you very much. When you get in there, you get proper and so what? Table 4 to 6, please go. I hope you are cool with that. You are satisfied? Okay. Table 4 to 6, please. Move to the table. Any more questions? Auntie Pat, do you want to add something? You okay? I should come there. Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Veronica Kofiedu. I'm standing in for Women with Disability Development and Advocacy Organization. We are based in Ho, the Volta region. I just want to appreciate Netright leadership for accepting us into their midst. In fact, we became members only last year, but I can say that we are learning a lot, and it's always good to belong to a big organization like this, that you can leverage on them to take things from afar. So I just want to whisper into their ears that coming next year, the disability fraternity, especially with the women at the national level, will be coming to them for their support so that they can help us push for the ratification of the African Disability Protocol. Thank you.
I am very proud of you. You take opportunity when it presents itself. Anybody? Any more questions, contributions, suggestions? All right.
Thank you. I'm surprised you have so many vocal women, and they're being very quiet. They're hungry. And I feel very guilty that we went first for food when we have done the least to deserve it. So many thanks for your warm welcome. I'm Samina Bhatia. I'm from the British High Commission, and we've been very proud to work with Netright and to support the passage of the Affirmative Action Act. And I just want to also recognize our colleague Susan Mensah-Ba, who maybe some of you worked with. Who was a fantastic social development and gender specialist and very sadly passed this year. So I wanted to recognize her here because I'm sure many of you will also be missing her. But I had two questions, please. One was that we heard about the election and we recognized Vice President being female, which is fantastic. But I wondered, coming to Ghana, I was surprised at the low representation of women in Parliament. But I understand that this Parliament may deliver some more female MPs than previously, and I just wanted the reflections of the panel on. And then the second part I wanted to ask was around the progress for women in Ghana generally, particularly in the education sector. The other thing that surprises me about Ghana is that education outcomes remain very low, and the number of out-of-school children is increasing, and this is particularly going to affect young girls. So I wondered if anybody has reflections on that too.
Do I come to you, Auntie Rose? Or Pauline? Education. She thinks... Okay, so you can take the representation of women in politics and in parliament.
Thank you very much, and then I think that you are justified in asking these questions, given that you've made progress in the UK in your last elections with women's representation. So, I think we are not sure yet how many women we are getting. It's hovering between 42 and 44, but the figures have not been certified yet. But I think given the quantum of work that we have done, given the interest that women have in expressing themselves in the public space, we feel that it is still abysmally low. We are hoping that the new government will take the issue of women's representation very seriously. Indeed, even before the passage of the Affirmative Action Bill into law, many state institutions have already started developing gender policies, and they are actually acting on some of the issues we've been engaging them on. So there is a sense in which we can say that the work is ongoing, and we are going to push and push until we get there. On education, I doubt if I can respond to that question. Auntie Dorcas.
Okay. I am not sure that I can give data now. But what I do know is that in terms of enrollment, we are at par. Even sometimes, at some points, girls, we have more girls than boys. But what we realize is that as we go up the educational ladder, junior high, senior high, then we see the drop. But I think there are a number of reasons for this. In the first place, one of it is that poverty, especially at the rural levels, can be challenged. So that is why the free senior high school program, some of us thought was in the right direction. But of course, there were problems with its implementation. But also, interestingly, when you go up even though when you go to the tertiary level, the girls, the number of girls is low, not as low, it's lower than boys. There are some departments that have more girls than boys. So, for instance, in the Faculty of Law, for instance, for the past, I think, maybe decade or so, every year we have more girls in the coming out as lawyers than boys. In the sciences, I'm not too sure. Dr. Abena is here, maybe from the university level, she'll be able to give us some figure. In the sciences, I think that we're improving. We are not, still not that high levels. But, we are a young nation, 60 years plus, but it's still, if we compare Ghana to the UK, which has been there forever, if I may say so, I think that we still have, I think we would grow. We are hoping that things will change. We all know, education is still progressing. If you look at what was done prior to independence and post-independence and since, then, women, education levels have increased considerably. So we see this as a growing, and we just pray that it will continue. We'll have more and more with our children and grandchildren. By the time it's their turn, there will be a lot more women in schools than, I don't have, as I said, I don't have the figures on my tips, but at least anecdotally, I know what is happening. So that is it. I don't know whether there's anything else. Was there something else that she asked? Yes. Okay. So I just wanted to add quickly to what Rose said about the participation. Yes, it's possible. It's probable that we're going to have more women this year than in the previous parliamentary term. But we also recognize that we've lost more women. Women who were in parliament, we lost more than men. So it means if we hadn't lost all of those women, probably we should have gotten more. But the issue of women's participation is a big challenge for us. When you're looking at a society which is so patriarchal in nature, and women's roles are, no matter what you do, women's roles are challenged. And you have, no matter, sometimes you talk to that a woman's place is not in the public space. And so it's going to take us quite a bit of time to get to the place, even with the Affirmative Action Act. I think we still have a long way to go. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a contribution here.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to appreciate the award from Netright, and we really are happy about that. Just some encouraging words as well, and to add to what Prof said, even though the education sector, there are some challenges. I think in some of the tertiary schools too, the parity is coming we are appreciating. UDS, for instance, we have 50.7 females. So that is something like ahead. What we are all looking out for is the employment thing. When they all come out, now it becomes challenging for the females, because where I am coming from now, they will be encouraging them to go and marry. And so the competition of marrying, even in their second year, third year, and final year, is like they are doing some competition, which affects their career progression. And I think that is one thing that we may want to also look at in terms of our mentorship, in terms of the way we are also coaching the young females to maintain that quality and the upgrading of themselves as they go up. That is one area. I want to also use this platform to encourage us all here to say that let's not keep quiet. Once we have had some encouragement of a female coming as vice president, it gives us another level of the way we should be engaging. And all of us here should be responsible for that. Let's not leave each other to come up. At this moment, I feel that we need to put the political things down and say, let's do it for the women. And if we all rally behind that, I think even in the next election, we are going to have 75, as our Honorable Ursula Owusu mentioned when I was listening to her on the standpoint, that if we are all committed, we could have gotten all 75 women in Parliament. So I think that we are getting there somehow, but we need all of us at the grassroots, at the district, at the regional, and at the national to influence in whichever way we can do it, to make sure that we get the women into those areas. One of them has to be, let's get the list, the potential women who can occupy the spaces and talk for them. The other one is to put their hands and tell them they can do it, so that when they even engage them, they don't say, I will not be able to do. I think that is what I just want to add, and thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Table 11, 10, and 11, 12, and 13. Yes. 11, 12, and 13. Please go for your food. Any more? But I also want to look at the social media activism. I think we must also engage loudly and forcefully. A lot of bullying go on there. A lot of attacks, a lot of name calling. You know, one of my ladies just mentioned, and so what? A video I did about, and so what? Talking about, and so what? And a whole session on TikTok gave it to me well and proper for daring to say, and so what? You know, and women, my message was simply, do not let anyone hold you ransom to your past. When they try to throw your past or to your challenges to you, you just tell them, and so what? What lies ahead is most important. What I'm doing now. And after they did an hour and a half, over 500 people said, I went back and wrote, and so what? Sometimes it can be disheartening. Sometimes I break down. Just like today, I broke down. I was so upset and I ranted. But we shouldn't let it keep us down. We must be out there. Our works must be out there. The millennials and the Gen Zs are doing it. But we must also do it. Because we learn from those who have gone ahead of us. We learn from each other. We learn from the young, and the young ones must also learn from us and know and understand that, yes, maybe the way they do their things now is not like how we used to, but there's still something about how we did it or are doing it. So the work we do in the communities must be out there. We must have presence. It's not about boasting, but it's about encouraging others to know that something is being done so they can also start something in their small corner by shining wherever they are. There's too much going on. There's too much going on social media, misinformation, people, young women being taken advantage of, being deceived. It's disheartening when we go to our inboxes. I mean, it's crazy. So we must also take advantage of social media and use it to our advantage, whether we like it or not. It has come to stay, and so we must take it and run with it. Any more contributions or questions? Everybody okay? All right, so let's have some music while we eat. I'm also going for my food. Yes, my dear. Okay, last one, the lady in green. Last one. Otherwise, they will eat this chick here. She will eat all the food.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mami Esi, and I'm a second-year law student in KNUST. To add up to what Auntie is saying about social media, we the youth, it's been seen that we are tech savvy. So as Auntie is saying, sometimes we even see our old generation or our grandmothers, our seniors, on social media. Sometimes the way they act, or our fellow mothers, the way they act is not, should I say, for lack of a better word, exemplary enough. Sometimes you'd also see women dressed in ways that, are unimaginable. But who are you to talk? And it's expected of us as the young ones to also live a right or move in the right path. So this social media thing, it affects us in so many ways. Sometimes in the name of living a bourgeoisie life, someone comes up on social media dressed in any kind of attire, and then we see it. And if a young person is doing it, how then can an elderly person dressed that way come and correct the young person doing that? Sometimes it becomes a conflict in that way. Yes, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. But before I go forward, on January 23rd, I'll be 55 years and I'll be doing a bikini shoot. Bikini shoot. Yes, bikini. So, sweetheart.
Wow, maybe. I'm going to go for it.
Sweetheart, I'll go to the, but when it comes to the way people dress, we do not judge. It's an individual decision. In fact, tomorrow my daughter's school, there's a bazaar. I'm going to wear shorts and top and go. It's a bazaar. So if you see me and take a picture, where am I? Anyway, let me go to the seniors to answer before they say that I am not correct. You should.
Hello. Why not? A young woman, I think you are too young to worry yourself about how somebody is dressing. Well, no, I'm not talking about judgment, but we all follow fashion sometimes. If you take the pictures of your grandmother or your mother, you will find out that they used to wear very short clothing and they were happy with it. This is your time. You make the decision of what you want to wear, because that's one of the things they have used against women, about women's clothing. There are places where you cannot wear what you like, where you have to cover. And some actually subscribe to that, and it is all right. So you concentrate on the things that interest you, the things that make society better, the things that make your life better, and the things that you see that doesn't please you, put them aside and lead your life. Thank you.
I have nothing to say.
You want to add something? Okay. Please, when on 23rd, when I post my bikini picture, make sure you share, okay?
I will surely share.
Yeah, Adela, you see why I love you.
I will surely share.
Thank you. In fact, I'll send one to you directly.
Beautiful.
All right, so I think we will take some music now whilst we eat and unwind, right? Thank you all very much for coming. Have you had fun? Have you had fun? Have you learned something? Have you made a friend? Have you exchanged contacts? Are you ready to join Netright? Are you ready to join Netright? Good girls. In fact, you are good girls. Clap for yourselves. Thank you all for coming. God bless you. Enjoy, unwind, and when you are tired, you can find your way out. But this has been the 2024 end of year review on the status of women in Ghana. And remember, 2025, Netright is 25 years old. And I am offering my platform 2 slots within the year. Anytime, just let me know when. I record once a year, once a month. So anytime you are ready, 2 slots. If you want extra 2, all of you sitting here, how can I say no? You tell me and we'll do that. And I'll be involved in the media engagement pushing it. Thank you for allowing me to moderate today's program. I'm privileged, I'm honored, and I love you. Thank you.
So, I mean, we've just been given a wonderful opportunity, and I know your mouths are busy, but please say thank you to Yiri on our behalf. In a louder, put your fork down and say thank you. She's been wonderful today, and I trust that this year's none of us are boring. I'm not boring. I refuse to be boring. I may be quiet, but I'm not boring. I'm quiet. Everybody knows I'm quiet. So now it's time to do like we do. The dance floor is open. We have to show that 55, 25, 70. Is there a 10-year-old? I think I saw a 10-year-old. We've all got the moves. It's Netright's and a day of celebration. Let's all celebrate. And thank you all for making this a very wonderful experience. Have a good night.
Make it fast, make it slow, make it fast, make it slow. Make it I say make it slow. Make it fast. Just make it slow, baby. I said make it slow. Make it fast. Make it slow.
I'll make it fast. Just make it slow. Make it fast. I'll just make it slow.
Make it fast. Make it slow. Make it fast. Just make it slow. Oh, make it fast, baby. Make it slow. Make it slow. Make it fast. Just make it slow. That's Vanessa on trombone. on trombone. Please women affair. Make it slow and make it fast.
And pull your window curtain. Oh, let your moon come shining in into our lives again, saying, ooh, it's been a long, long time since I wanna get through to you, but it seems I was never on time since I wanna get through to you, boy. Sometimes I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some good, good loving. Oh why, oh why, oh why? I wanna give you some good, good loving. Turn your lights down low and pull your window curtain. Oh, let your moon come shine again into our lives again, saying, ooh, we love you. really, baby. Cause I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some good loving. I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some good, good loving. Oh, I wanna give you some good, good loving. Turn your lights on low. Never, never try to resist or no. Oh, let your moon come shining into our lives again. Saying, ooh, I love you. And I want you to know right now. Ooh, I love you. And I want you to know right now. Cause I said I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some good, good loving. Turn your lights down low. Turn your lights down low. Ooh, turn your lights down low. Oh, turn your lights down low, baby. Oh, wow, 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 oh, wow. I never can resist a no, baby. Never, 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 never resist. No, 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 no. No, no.
a brother. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. A friend, call me. Call me if you need a hand. Call me. Call me up if you need a hand. Call me. Call me if you need a friend. Call me. Just call me, baby. Need a hand. Call me. Call me if you need a hand. Call me. Call me. No woman, no cry, cry. No woman, no cry. Say. No woman, no cry, cry. No woman, no cry. Say, say. Said I remember when we used to stay in a government church in Trent Town. Eh. Mama selling a hypocrite. Mingle with the good people with me. Yeah. Good friends we found and good friends we've lost along the way. Yeah. In this future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. No woman, no cry, cry. No, no, no. Say, say. Little darling, don't shed no tears. No, no, no. Say, say. Little darling, don't shed no tears. No, no, no. No. Said I remember when we used to say in a government church in Trent Town. Mama serving the hypocrite. Mingle with the good people with me. Yeah. Good friends we found and good friends we've lost along the way. Yeah. In this future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. No woman, no cry, cry. No, no, no. No woman, stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. Stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. It's been a long, long time since I got you on my mind. Now you are here. It's the place to be with you, baby. Stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. Oh yeah, yeah, stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. It's been a long, 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 long time since I got you on my mind. Yeah, yeah. Now you are here. It's okay to see what we can do, baby. Me and you, let's come and stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. Come on, baby, come on now. Stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. Stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. For the very first time I placed my eyes on you, boy, my heart still follow through. But I know now that I'm waiting on your line, 'cause your wait is really fine. So don't treat me like a moped on the string, 'cause I know I will do my thing. Don't talk to me, you think I'm dumb. I wanna know when you're gonna come. You see, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love, 'cause it's summer here. I'm still waiting there. Winter is here. I'm still waiting there, yeah. It's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door, 'cause I told you just so. Tears in my eyes burn, tears in my eyes burn. I wanna love you, oh baby girl, don't. Burn, 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 burn. Tears in my eyes burn. Oh, tears in my eyes burn. Oh, oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. Summer is here. I'm still waiting there. you're gonna come. In life I know there's a lot of grief. Love is my relief. Tears in my eyes burn, tears in my eyes burn, while I'm waiting for my turn. You see, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. Oh, I don't wanna wait in vain. I don't wanna